All right, I was just sharing this with one of my coaching clients, Jethro, and I figured that you could do with listening to this as well. This is where we're at right now. You know what that is, right? No, they're not mountaintops or the other thing you were thinking about, right? This is a wave, a sine wave. Through the middle, we've got the mean or the medium, okay? Now, very simply, to put it in terms of something we understand, right here, we could call this summer, right? Right at the top, the peak is the middle of summer. This is the summer solstice. And then down the bottom here, what would this one be called? This would be called winter, right? So I should have wrote summer bigger. Summer and winter. This is the solstice point. That is in winter, the longest night and the shortest day, right? Summer at the top here, the summer solstice. Now, if you're in the southern hemisphere in Australia, this is the 21st of December. The winter in the northern hemisphere, 21st of December, middle of summer, middle of winter. In between the two, on that medium line. So up here, we've got the longest day and the shortest night. In the middle, we've got what's called the equinox, the equal point. That's when the day and the night are of equal point. Right here, we call this autumn. I'll just put A-U-T, autumn. And then after winter, on the way back to summer, we've got spring, right? We've got spring. So we've got autumn and spring at the equal point. Now check this out. This is what's important to understand. Right now, just like we have these seasons, after here we've got summer again, right? And what happens after summer? We go through autumn, then back to winter, then back to spring, then back to summer, and it just keeps going, right? So same thing's happening right now consciously. What's going on for us in the world? Consciously, we are moving from winter all the way past spring. The spring equinox, meaning where the darkness was equal to the light. All right, where winter and summer are right in the middle. The darkness of what we would call, in the Vedic tradition, Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is the dark age. We have been in the dark age for 5,000 years, okay? Criminality, brute force, that masculine energy dominating, not being balanced with the feminine, where we just want to control everything and just crush, kill, and destroy. That's what the winter or the Kali Yuga has been. The summer, we call the Sat Yuga. Sat Yuga is the golden age, right? It's the golden age. And the peak of the golden age is full enlightenment for all beings on the planet. This is coming from the Vedic tradition, right? The yogic Indian tradition. This Sat Yuga is on its way. That center point, that is full enlightenment. But where we are right now, all traditions have spoken about this. Where we are right now, on the 21st of December, which was the solstice, 2012. Remember the year 2012? That was the equinox. That was the moment in time where we passed officially from winter into spring. That was the moment in time, and that's metaphorically, but the moment in time consciously, in our conscious awakening here, that we moved from a dominance of dark and it became equal with the light. It was the spring energy. It was the equinox between the Kali Yuga and the Sat Yuga. Now we know that was 2012. We're in 2021, right here. We are on the way up. We are already naturally moving from darkness to light, just like you move from winter to summer. Okay, imagine you've come from dark of winter and it's really short nights. Really short days. It's cold. It's really cold. Short days, long nights, a lot of darkness. But you know, every week, or every day actually, but every week, and then as we move into the months, we know that the days get slightly longer and the nights get a bit shorter. It starts to get warmer. It might still be cold in the morning, right? You get that little Christmas in the morning of winter, but it starts to get more light. Now, this is important to remember. We've already passed the equal point, 2012. We've already moved into the summer cycle, or what we call Sat Yuga. We've already started to move towards that place of full love and joy and enlightenment on this planet. That point is inevitable. But this darkness, it doesn't want to let go. And that's what's happening right now. This push of 2020 vision where we're seeing clearly was an opportunity for the darkness to try and put a wet blanket on this ascension process, on this, we call it ascension for a reason. We're ascending towards summer, right? And this is a natural wavelength that happens. You can't stop it. They can't stop, no matter how hard they try. They cannot stop the movement towards summer. The light is here. We've passed the point of the equinox. We've already tipped the scales. We're moving towards full enlightenment. It's inevitable. Love consciousness will rule. But what they're trying to do, again, they're trying to put a wet blanket on. You know, sometimes when it's, just middle of spring, just past spring, you wake up in the morning, it's bloody freezing cold. And you just don't know why. It's like, man, yesterday was warm, but you wake up in the morning, it's freezing cold. But by the middle of the day, it's 27 degrees and it's beautiful, right? It's fine. It doesn't matter. That's what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do is put a little wet, damp morning, right? 2012 was a wet, damp morning. 2021 is a wet, damp morning. Trying to make us feel like we're still in the middle of winter. Because sometimes it's spring, it feels like you're in the middle of winter. But hang on a second, we're moving towards summer. It's inevitable that summer's coming. You can't stop the seasons. I don't care if Bill Gates or Rockefeller himself tries to stop summer from coming. It's not going to stop. It's not going to happen. It has to move because it's a wavelength. Now, where this cycle here is a 6-month cycle in nature. This cycle here, winter, is a 6-month cycle, right? This cycle here, between the solstice, is a 6-month cycle. These cycles in nature are the same in the greater consciousness, the cosmos itself. But as the Indians teach, the Vedic philosophy teaches that this cycle is 5,000 years. We've been in the winter of Kali Yuga for 5,000 years. Now we're moving into this cycle. This next summer cycle of 5,000 years called Sat Yuga is here. We've already entered it, which is why the darkness, these warriors of the dark, are trying to put that wet blanket on us. When I was explaining to Jethro this morning, my coaching call, I said it's like putting a wet blanket on top of a burning bright fire. They're trying to stop the fire of this enlightenment, this love consciousness, by putting a wet blanket. Now, some of the coals are going to sort of dwindle down in the wet blanket. Oh, I don't know if I can. Oh, it's so much fear. It's so much cold and darkness. But there are some coals in that fire, if it's a good, strong fire, which we are a good, strong people, that are just going to burn through the blanket. And then as we burn through that blanket of fear that's being cast on us, those other coals around us, they're going to come back to life as well. They didn't die out. They just, unless they took the vaccine, they didn't die out. They just sort of smoldered a little bit, right? And it's up to us to keep strong, to keep going strong, because it's in the love that it puts out the wet blanket, not by fighting the wet blanket. You don't put another wet blanket on top of a wet blanket and think that it's going to get better. That doesn't happen. This wet blanket of fear that's being laid on top of this ascension process, this fire that cannot be put out. You can't stop summer. You can't stop it coming. It's coming inevitably. You can't stop what's coming through us, this awakening. So what we need to do is focus on this love. Focus on connection. Focus on support. Don't put your attention on the dark warriors. Put your attention on the love warriors that are here to really just show up. That's all we got to do. Show up, live from our hearts, live that love, connect with others just naturally, not because you think you got it, because that's what you want to do. You just want to love on each other because that's what this is doing. All right? Don't focus on the winter blanket. Focus on the summer that's coming. Be kind to one another and know that this is inevitable. It's an inevitable natural process that nobody can stop. You can't stop it. I can't stop it. The dark warriors of the winter of Kali Yuga gone. It's past already. We're already past it. 2021, baby. 2012 was the demarcation. They're going to hold on for dear life. But it's inevitable. Love is coming. It's inevitable. We are ascending. and nothing is ever going to stop it. Share this video. I love you very much, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.